Player 2. Race to 7 for the hot seat. Now, Dan, a lot of people before this tournament started predicted that these two would be in the hot seat.
They did, and, they might have been clairvoyant. I don't believe in that kind of thing, but, to each their own.
I believe in taking risks, and, so.
Are you starting a new stream for this?
You just did on the last one, right?
I was just taking that. 45 minutes, we're good.
Sweet.
Everything's good.
We got Pat Akers coming in checking on us. Thanks, Pat. He brought us a bologna sandwich. It was awful nice of him.
Brought me a hot dog.
What do you think, Greg?
No thanks.
Good.
Thank you, though, Pat.
Should be exciting.
So Joe actually made a call to some people on the inside
Uh-oh.
to get Chris off of the TV table.
Well,
so
there you go, fans. That's why you're not seeing Chris Austin right now. It's all Joe's
blame
fault.
Joe.
So I guess we're going to have Sky Woodward playing the Ghost. Oh, Fedor Gorst.
So would you feel comfortable taking the loser of the flip in this match, regardless of player?
I think so.
I just think that the racker becomes, or that whoever wins the flip becomes big favorite. Anything can happen, obviously. But these two guys are not gonna bicker over racks or anything like that. Like it's just
they actually might.
You think so?
Yeah, I suspect that we'll have a lot more time actually spent on the rack than actual play.
No, I'm saying like them questioning each other's racks. Like I don't think either player is gonna say anything about the other person. But here we go. The flip. And where it stops. Oh, Skyler flings the penny across table in disgust.
So, dude, are you ready?
We're ready.
We are ready. Can't believe you.
Skyler Woodward asking if we're ready. I think he's ready. And then you hit it with your hand.
Obviously, I lost the flip.
Yeah, I know he's on tilt. So right now, due to the penny is in the head of Skyler Woodward. He's got to let that go.
Yeah, a lot of world championships have been lost over that penny flip.
How many makeable balls will be missed in this match? If
you know what, we should leave that up to the chat. We should just have like a little pool.
I'm gonna say one. There'll be one shot that someone takes.
I would have to say one too. I would have to say at least one, maybe more.
Makes the wing ball. The cue ball got kicked, and it looks like it's not gonna scratch. He can see the one, but it doesn't look like it has an open pocket. And the safety here.
I'm not going to speculate on the safety because these guys at this level come up with some safeties that I just don't even see.
Looks like the way he was pointing with his cue, he could be planning on banking this cross corner.
He may push.
I think he might be trying to bank it up by the 3 ball.
Cut it in the side.
Bank it up by the 3. Leave it tough. Hide him. Good shot.
That is a good shot. That's even a tough jump shot. Because to get the cue ball in the air.
I think he's just going.
Yeah, and land that short, it's just not very likely. And that wasn't bad. I think Sky might have been playing that cue ball behind that 3 and bumped it just a little hard. But
the 2 ball's hidden behind the 9-3. So I'm wondering the plan of attack here. I guess back cutting it.
You might see it. You might
Another safe, possibly. Yeah. Cue ball behind the 5. Goes with the back cut. Look, we've already seen our first missed makeable ball.
And that's out, and that's a makeable ball here.
In the first rack on the first ball. So we're on pace.
I think the only trouble now with this rack is the 4 ball, it looks like, over on the rail with the 8. Not that it's trouble for either one of these guys,
right.
But that would be the only thing that...
If this is the 2 still up here, I think the 2 is going to be a little tricky. I know it's out in the middle of the table. But I think you're gonna bump something if you shoot this. When you cut this one,
I think
in.
he cuts that one, and maybe uses a hair left and comes right down between that 2 and 3.
Oh,
Back down table.
he's definitely capable. And if he happens to hit the 3, it would work out. The 3 ball's okay to bump.
He may
here.
be able to hit the one thick enough here that the cue comes down there naturally. Just like that.
He hits the 9. Gets a little funny now that he has to shoot over a ball. I don't think the shot is too difficult, but the fact that he's glued to the 3 ball might be a little rough.
Yeah, he's probably used to this though.
He hits the 8, which hooks him from the 4. Oh no, he's on the 3. My mistake. I did not see the 3 ball.
Now he had a very similar shot to that. Look at this. He's going to get right over there where he needs to be. He had a very similar shot to that. In the Moscone Cup.
Good shot. Now let's connect the dots. Getting straight really isn't ideal here, but I think he can handle it.
Yeah, he shot that very well.
Good shot. And gets exactly where you might put it with ball in hand. Good shot. Good out by Skyler. And he breaks service. So by him winning that game, I think that just makes him a huge favorite for the set, which might sound a little over the top since it's just the first rack. But these guys break and run so easily.
Right.
Now let's see if this rack.
We'll see if everybody's okay with this.
Well, where's Chris at? Chris might be over the table watching. Yeah, this table, people have been having a little bit of issues.
Thank you, man.
Problem.
So Fedor wins the flip and the first break, but he does not win. And I'm not sure what's on the table.
It does appear there.
Yeah, he's beating up that coin again. The wing ball shoots right in, and we have.
Ooh.
I think you can see the 2, but a safe here is going to be a little rough. With a 3 slowing down the cue ball if you try to play inside with the 1 ball. He's going to give this a good look.
He may try to play safe behind that 3.
Oh, he's actually kicking at it.
Oh.
Or he's pushing out. No, he is kicking at it. And maybe not his best effort, so ball in hand. And to me, it looked like he could see the whole ball on the left or right, but he had a shot in mind that had he executed it the way he wanted, I'm sure it would have been a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
But even the best in the world are prone to make a mistake. But I mean, have you ever made any mistakes playing pool?
It's very, very rare that I make a mistake.
Right. It's usually the equipment, like
Yeah, it's usually
tip falls off or something.
Exactly.
Out of well, that sucks.
Sometimes the balls break in half.
True.
Usually only on my break.
He got a little straight
He
here.
got really straight.
Oh, but he just shoots it to the outside of the pocket and gets straight in on the 9.
I don't know if he was trying to come down table. I think he might have miscued a little bit right there and got
Possibly.
good shape.
I mean, the last rack on the 1 ball, he, missed a shot that I know you could have made 10 times out of 10.
Easily.
Here we go. 2-2 or 1-1. Thank you, Herm. And we have... Someone said the light is crooked. Well, Russ, I'll relay that message to our event coordinator, Daniel, and he'll see if he can get that fixed.
I'm here right now, and I don't see a light.
Let's go to a different angle then.
Oh, well, there's the light.
Let's see if the 7 ball goes in the corner pocket. Just barely.
Good break. That is a great break.
I don't really see any issues. 2 balls right there, kind of close to the pocket. The 3 might be a little funny. I don't know if it goes by the 9. But I'm sure after he shoots the 2, he'll move the 9 or the 3.
This is not an easy transition shot here.
I wouldn't be surprised if he banks it and just stops it right there for the 2. Here we go. So here, are you moving the 9 or the 3? Or maybe he can just hit it lightly and shoot the 3 up table and not move anything. I think he has to bump something. Bumps the 9.
Yeah, and you'll these guys at this level sometimes rarely ever bump anything lightly because they don't want the table to roll off. They don't, they don't want.
Right. They'd rather just leave everything alone.
They would rather shoot the ball firmly, execute a shot, come to a rail and out. They try not to hold too much.
Nice shot. Looks like he's on the wrong side of the 6, but these guys have no problems with going up and down table. My only problem going up and down table personally is when it hits his bottom rail, I can't control which way it's going from there. But he's playing a 2-rail shape. Gets absolutely perfect unless he's stuck on the rail, but he'll still be able to handle it.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
These guys are real good at punching balls also. Just that force follow kicks in, and next thing you know, they're straight in. Is there any chance he rattles this ball and gives Sky a 1-0?
There is.
Oh, he didn't do it there. 2-1. Gorst. Skyler to break. See that one tiny error? It was a 2-game swing by Skyler.
Absolutely.
With his kick.
Absolutely.
We don't have a replay here, but that'll be. You're pretty close with Skyler, so you might have to, after this match, whether he wins or loses, ask him
Find
his
out what he was doing
process
there.
on that kick.
And anybody out there in Evansville, you can stop by and watch this live at the pub right now.
Odds, I mean, it doesn't have to happen, but odds are they could be, like, if, this match will probably be over by the time you get here, but these 2 gentlemen more than likely will be playing again if they meet up in the grand finals. He did break and run there, TJ. TJ's bringing up some great points. Like, do you have the break and run patches?
I think Chuck Austin was going to bring those by.
And he forgot?
Yeah.
Ooh, the 8 ball was not wired, and it hangs in the hole, and we might have a dry break. Which he is froze to the 5 ball with no shot to the 1, so we will see what kind of push-out shot that Mr. Gorst goes with. He's moving the 9. He's pushing into a jump shot.
Yeah,
and also he wanted to free up the 3, so in case he makes the
Absolutely.
jump. Like, that's crazy how their thought process is like 5 different things in one. So if he makes the 1, the rack is open. So there was more to it than just jumping or just pushing into a jump shot. swishes it, bumps into
You
the
jumped
2.
that really well. Left yourself a 2-6 combo.
And you have to pass that back if you're Skyler. You know what I mean? Like, someone pushes out to a jump, even if it's. I rarely see people taking it, like, no matter how easy it looks. So I don't fault Skyler for passing it back.
You know, I don't either. If it was me, I think I'd go for the jump, just because I don't know if I'm getting back to the table if I don't take that shot.
The 8 ball is kind of big here, but I don't think that it'll come into play as well as he's been shooting. And the 8 ball came into play. Sorry, Mr. Gorst, didn't mean to jinx you. Let's go, Sky.
And you know, as well as he jumps, this is out in the middle of the table, though.
Yeah, you got to do some stretching. I don't know if you can quite reach it. I think the kick is the play here. Looks like he's kicking one round. Now, are you kicking for accuracy to make, or are you kicking for a full contact and maybe hitting it in one of the other pockets? He looks like he went for the make. He went all out make there, and Skyler gets a trip back to the table with a hanging 3 ball.
Yes. This guy's fortunate right now, and
Wants to avoid contact with these balls, but he should be fine.
he will capitalize on this, or at least he wants to.
The finals, I am not sure if it's a double race or one long one. I am not sure. I'll find that out later.
So Sky should even things up here. We'll see what happens.
Let's wait until he actually completes the run out. Let's not jinx our American boy. But I think you can go ahead and call it now. Now it's safe.
Now it's safe.
That 8 ball was a hard shot. 2-2.
So that'll even the score up here. Fedor Gorst and Sky Woodward playing for the hot seat at the Open 9-ball tournament here at the pub. Brought to you by some sponsors. We've got Bob's Lounge. We've got Premier Tax Solutions for all your tax needs. Fedor,
Let's get a little
Fedor
look-see here.
did comment earlier and said that he thought that the balls were racking perfectly on this table.
Well, he hasn't missed a wing ball yet, of course.
And we had some other people not thinking that maybe, but Fedor says they're racking perfectly, and he does make that ball every time.
Here's where everything
Yes.
gets a little tricky and brought in some complaints with some other players is whenever the balls are in there and then stuff gets kind of...
Yeah, you know, if the hit ball's off, you know, you can snug that, but what people are worried about is not just snugging that, but pushing it enough
Well, it's moving the
that
wing balls.
it moves
That's
your
what-
wing balls out. Absolutely.
So now the 3 ball has a small chance of going into the corner pocket.
And it goes straight in.
But with being, that's just part of rack your own, Let's see here. He, I believe, has a shot.
I think
at
he
the
does.
one.
I can't tell. Yeah.
Yes, if you're playing the pull-out game on your phone, this ball definitely goes.
So, but what do you do for this too? Do you play to the rail and hit that 8 ball?
I think you have to try to go into the 8, and I think these guys are so accurate with the cue ball, it's not going to be that big of an issue if you can just hit it square in the face. Just like
Absolutely.
that. 4, as long as he avoids the 7 ball altogether, he shouldn't have any issues with the 4. And I think Yeah, this is a little tricky shot.
Yeah, it is.
Looks like he's using some high right to just come up table.
He may try to go straight into it.
Ooh, he bumps the 5, which he did not want to do, and avoids the scratch. So now,
He possibly...
let's take a look to see if this 4 ball goes. Now, here's where you would want to try to look and see if it goes in the corner. If it doesn't, playing the 9 here is a little risky. Yeah, see, Dan, you have the right idea. Dan has his actual pull shaft lined up with the overhead view to see if it goes clean without hitting the 9. And what have you come up with?
I've come up with, I think he's going to play the 9 ball on the side.
By where he's pointing his cue?
Mm-hmm. You know, and he may be playing 2 things here. He may be playing that 4 in the corner off the 9 and the 9 in the side.
So if he's going 9 ball here, you play it with speed and maybe slop it into another pocket, or you just nice and easy
I
makes it like he makes
yeah,
both.
Yeah, and I thought that's probably what he was doing. He wanted to see both those balls in case one of them didn't go.
That's okay here.
Skyler to break.
Now, I've got a feeling we're going to see Skyler make sure that head ball's tight, too.
But he doesn't do a whole lot of, like, tapping and bumping and all that stuff. So, like, last time Skyler broke, the wing ball bobbled and did not go in. But he looked at it and he likes it, so let's keep it on the 3.
Same thing.
But he avoids the scratch on the break, but he breaks dry with it. Leaves, I believe, a shot on the 1.
Yeah, I think it cuts. Well,
It's very close.
maybe not.
But I don't see how you can play a safe on it, though. But it looks like he's shooting at it. He is playing safe. And I think he's left a window. Here's the one thing I'm surprised, and I don't think it matters that it's on a bar table, but a lot of these safeties these guys have been playing, they're not freezing the ball. Like, maybe it's because, like, this Evansville tournament's not as big as something like these huge international tournaments. But when I watch guys like Skyler and Fedor play normally, they play safeties like that where they're free, they're gluing the ball to the outside ball. Like, that's the kind of safety I'm used to seeing from Skyler and other guys.
I don't know that that's touching, so he may still be able to go the side rail.
But it's still better than if he was, 6 inches away from the ball.
We'll see. I think he can still go the side rail and down for that 1.
Looks like a 2-rail kick.
Apparently he cannot.
Made it.
Wow.
And he's not rewarded.
Unfortunately, it looks like he needs to get his jump cue out. Or just kick it in. I mean, after that last
After
kick,
that, you might as well
just keep
kick
kicking
it.
balls.
Why would you go away from what you're good at?
And it looks like the jump cue is out.
Is it? It is, but he jumps with a full cue, I believe.
He might.
Is there a shot that this guy doesn't like?
Maybe this one.
Where the 4's at and makes banking the 3 and coming back for the 4 a little tricky. So do you play the combo?
You might play a carom. I still think he's probably going to go with the bank.
Yeah. I like the combo myself. I don't think the combo is too hard. The cue ball should stay down here. The 3 ball stay down here. It looks like he's playing the bank. Might be playing a safe and hugging the cue ball behind the 7. No, he's playing your shot, the carom, and he missed. It was a 2-way.
Yeah.
He banked the 3 also. But this is a break that Skyler needed. You definitely didn't want to go down 2 racks with the other guy breaking. So that miss was huge.
It was, and I think he played the carom because it naturally brought the 3 over to the side pocket for his next shot.
Oh, sorry.
But right now, these guys are balling like mofo pros.
What do you think? I mean, these guys are both definitely 9s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with me being a 7, I wouldn't get a very big spot from them. I don't think I would like it in an APA 9-ball race. I'm not sure I'd get to 10. Skyler gets a big break that rack because after the 2 shots that Gorst made, like, what can he miss? Like, if you were to rank those 3 shots in order from difficulty from easiest to hardest, that carom had to be the easiest of the 3 shots, you know?
You know, I don't know about
the
that.
The table length jump, like, you think that was the easiest shot?
I think his break probably.
No, I'm talking about the you know, he made the 2 trick shots in a row and then the carom. I'm saying I'm surprised he missed the carom because I thought that was the easiest of the 3.
Or was it a bank on the 3?
Yeah, I think it was both. I think he was playing both.
We'll see what he does here. Watch these wing balls.
No, this rack will be the first time today that the 5 ball does not go straight into the corner. Never mind, sorry. I tried Skyler. I couldn't jinx him.
This shot will be interesting.
Bobby Hall tells me that he will give me the call 7, but I am actually retired from pool. Even if I were still playing, I would not accept the 7 from you playing 9-ball because I haven't heard of anybody beating you.
I don't think anybody can beat Bobby Hall in the tri-state area. I don't.
He did tell me that you ducked him last night, which I don't blame you, you know, like, because you're in a bad game with him, so you made a smart decision. So let's get back to this match before you get too riled up with Bobby Hall. So does he have a... Is he playing this off the 6?
I think he cuts this. Clean. Oh, I was totally wrong.
Plays it off the 6 ball, and will he get rewarded with a shot on the 3? Or no, he's on the 2 ball. I'm having trouble, like, telling the difference between the 2 and the 4.
They are very similar on our monitor here we're watching this on.
So, but it looks like a fairly easy safety you can play. Just feather the top of it. Great shot.
Yeah. So, this guy's got a kick into this, and what it does is... That was a good shot. I mean, because what it does is it opens those balls up.
Yeah, but I think Fedor is favorite to cut this in. The 3's kind of out in the middle of the table. He goes for the safety.
Another
That's surprising. I thought he would, I don't know. He knows his game. He knows a lot more about this than I do, but I would have, with where the 3 was, I would figure he would have shot at it. He got I'm not sure if that was an unlucky double kiss because I'm not sure the 2 was going to be able to hide anywhere. It was going to go straight up table. I think it might have helped him if anything because now this shot's a little tough.
Yeah, Sky really jumped up and shot that a little fast, I think. But I mean, Sky's a fast player. I don't know who's favored in this match, but I can tell you that Sky is the...
Do we have our second missed ball? Nope. Sky's what? Sorry.
Sky is the person that everyone in the community here is rooting for.
Well, he gets a little unlucky and he's hooked. See, like, he took that shot on, but the shot he passed up earlier and played safe on, I felt was easier than that one, but what do I know? Looks like a kick on the 3.
Looks like it.
So here's another kick where he probably won't hit it hard, where like players such as ourselves would just hit pretty hard to try to make it in the side. But if we miss in the side, it goes in somewhere else. And I think he hits this at a soft pace. To
Unless
just
he's going to kick for a safe here.
Nope, he just went straight make, and he gets no reward for a great kick shot.
And that's going to get Sky back up.
With ball in hand.
And I mean, if you just watch Sky, there's no nerves at all. This guy was the MVP of the Moscone Cup, and I don't think anything really gets to him.
He's gonna, if he wins this tournament, he'll be the MVP of the Dan Cup.
Absolutely.
That scratch was huge because now he'll go up one game and have the break. Skyler Woodward takes the lead for the first time this match.
And a great finish.
Actually, he won the first rack.
A great finish in that game by Sky Woodward.
And I have just been informed that Ryan McIntyre has scalped another top player.
Did Ryan win against Nate? Is that?
Yes.
That was a grueling match. If that just got over, because when I left, I believe the score was 5-3, Nate McGahe's favor.
He won on the hill 7-6. And what's crazy about that is
That's a battle.
And if this will probably get back to Mickey, but Mickey had a very makeable 9-ball against Ryan last night in the loser side, Hill, and Mickey barely hangs it up. So Ryan has made this crazy run through the loser side when it all could have been over with last night. So, good job to Nate. Nate had a pretty good tournament. He's always a threat to win any tournament he plays in.
This guy's got his groove going right here. It's a great break.
I was looking at the bracket. Who did Skyler break dry, or did he miss the two?
No, he didn't break dry. It actually appeared that ball skid. It really looked like it on the video that ball skid on him just for a couple inches when he first hit it. And it hung up in the pocket.
It's unfortunate.
I don't foresee any problems here for Fedor. Which this will probably tie it up again.
You are probably right. 4-4.
And a great finish in that game by Fedor.
Fedor Gorst with the break. That's where that coin flip comes into play.
So essentially right now this is a race to 3.
A race to 3, alternate break. Everyone's pulling for, the majority of people pulling for Skyler Woodward, but with this alternate break format and it with Fedor getting...
There's a little push. Let's see.
Now that, I mean, it's just got to be rough to fade, you know. You're watching your opponent and you know what he's doing and you know what's coming. You just got to hope there's a random kick of the cue ball. Somehow he can't see the 1 because this 8, as sure as the sun's coming up tomorrow, is going right in the corner.
And the 1's coming down. And it looks like the 2. Wow. Well, unless he just hangs one of these balls up. He doesn't have any trouble balls. Hangs one up or miscues or...
I would say the 4 to the 5 is pretty tricky for me. Not him. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, anything could happen here. 4 straight in, 5 straight in. Only thing we can really hope for is that he gets dead straight on the 6, which he's not going to even come close. He's not even messing with that side rail. If he completes this, he'll earn himself another break and run patch.
It looks like he's going to get another patch.
I think it's 2 for him.
It puts Fedor up a game.
Well, I know the last couple times Skyler has broken, that wing ball has rattled, but also Skyler has not been manipulating the head ball at all.
He hasn't.
So let's see if he changes that up right now. You know, like, he's been letting Mr. Gorst do it, so there is no touching of the rack. So the last few times that he has broken the balls, the wing ball has
Let's see what
bobbled
happens.
in the pocket.
It has.
It does not go.
Over here.
Where are you trying to get it?
In this screen.
Oh.
I'm going to go all the way over there. It's
Hey, Mick.
yeah, I was going to see if we can get back to breaking records.
What's the record?
No, I got 1,000 last bit. Right at 1,000.
Really?
Yeah, Pat said at that point, the most I ever had was like 300. And so
Wow.
I started getting people to share it. And so I got past Pat and TJ's. Like 350. Pat said, you might get to 400. And I had so many pros watching. I just kept telling them to share, and I got them to 1,000.
Now, Mickey Hammond's here in the booth with us right now on cue, and he's running this tournament. And this is their stream. So you guys need to like it, and you need to share it with your friends. I know you're watching, but go ahead and share it on your page too. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that want to see this kind of action. And this is great. And this is here in Evansville, Indiana. And we've got great matches coming up still. But right now, I mean, none greater than Fedor Gorst and Skyler Woodward right here in Evansville, Indiana. And they're battling it out here.
Yeah, Fedor played a great safety off of it. He made a ball, but this all came from Skyler's dry break. And with no real problems here, it looks like Mr. Gorst will be breaking on the hill. He's gonna just look at this. I think this side pocket's kind of big here, but I don't think he'll even come close to it. He'll just draw away from it. Good shot.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't hit that any better.
Like, I imagine this is what Johnny Archer looked like when he was 18.
Yeah, I mean, Fedor's cue ball control is really reminds me of you, Derek.
Yeah, but I'm great with the cue ball. It's just making the object ball. You know, you have to do both. I can put that cue ball anywhere. And the first player has reached the hill.
And now the cue ball hasn't stopped rolling, so there was a chance he could scratch, but it didn't happen.
I'm really surprised that, you know, Skyler's not doing a little something with the one ball. He's completely just... Oh, it's just got to be tough to watch. I don't know.
So that puts Fedor Gorst 6-4. He's breaking on the hill here.
Here comes
See there, now here it is again.
Here comes the tap. Excuse me.
What's that?
I'm not really sure. So Dan,
Well,
I have a question.
What I would like to do here, go ahead with your question.
Can I put up $100 tier 10 that he makes the 4-ball in the corner?
No, because
Okay, go ahead with what you're
I'm
saying.
pretty sure it's going to go. I would love to actually see that rack right now. You know, just to have the chance to inspect that.
I've heard this song like 3 times today, and I love it. Sorry to get off track, but
And I'm not trying to say anybody's doing anything wrong. I would just love to inspect it, just for my learning, just to see. You know,
rack them tight, and then just
right.
push the 1 ball back so it pushes the corner, the wing balls just a tad. I bet you break and run the racks. Going full offense here or 2-way? A little bit, yeah. I think that was a 2-way there. But now, what do you do with the 2 ball?
Well, I don't know.
Skyler needs a break here. Like we need just an error by Fedor here.
You know, he may play this into that 7 and play it safe. Hide that 2 behind the 5. You know, we keep
Right.
ball on one
Yeah,
side.
yeah. I think that shot's tricky because I think if you touch any piece of the 5, you might scratch.
Well, I don't think he hits. I think he just sends the 2. We're gonna find out.
Could he be
He's
playing the
banking
5?
that. He may be banking that cross side.
He's playing
Cross quarter
2-way,
is what I meant,
and he
sorry.
gets straight in on the 3. Good shot. No matter whose team you're on here, you have to give credit sometimes. Now, Dan, check to make sure he has a foot on the ground here.
That's a good point, Derek. We probably should have somebody watching
Yeah,
that.
it's too late now. We can't go back. Oh,
Ouch.
that was the loudest noise. He comes around all the balls pretty safe, and he gets kind of tricky on the 6 here, but I think he can just roll forward with no issues. And with where the 8 is laying, if he gets straight in, it's probably better. I don't think he really wants an angle on the shot. He wants to get as straight as possible. And he does. I personally would become a big fan if he would play for the bank on the 9.
Hey, what if he plays for bank on his 8?
Big bank tournament coming up. No better time to practice than now. With as good as
That's not exactly what he wanted, I don't think.
right, and I think with Skyler having a skid earlier, he might have that in the back of his head, but I think he's just going to play to make it and leave himself a long 9 ball. No, he goes around the table. Good shot.
Yeah, like I was saying before, you rarely see these guys slow roll a ball up. I mean, they would rather, use those rails and come out.
We have our hot seat winner.
That's right, Fedor Gorst in the hot seat. So Skyler Woodward will move to the 1 loss side, and he will be waiting
I have
for
the winner between Ryan McIntyre, and he will play the winner of the Chris Austin-Randy Johnson match.
So it's probably going to be just a few minutes. So you got time to come on down to the pub in Evansville, Indiana. Food, drinks, greatest pool players on earth. The MVP of the Moscone Cup right here in Evansville, Indiana, Skyler Woodward.
I have a question, Dan.
We got Fedor Gorst from Moscow, I believe. He flew in just for this tournament.
I heard that, not just to a big airport, but he flew to the Evansville airport.
Absolutely.
And took an Uber from Chris Thomas.
Yes.
Straight to the pub, and he's been sleeping in the back.
And Chris didn't even know it was a coincidence. He asked for Uber, and Chris, a local friend of ours, he does Uber, and it just happened to be a coincidence. He picked him up.
And Chris let him know that he is friends with Skyler Woodward. Let him know a few times.
There might have been some trash talk on that ride. I don't know. Not sure.
This is completely. Hold on, one question for Pat: is this a one long race at the end, or a true double the whole way? True double the whole way. So yeah, you have plenty of time to get down here to see the winner of the loser's side play Fedor Gorst, which in my opinion will probably be Chris Austin.